All right, class, welcome. This is it, our final review for these absolutely critical verses from Surah Yasin. Think of this as your ultimate study guide before that final test. You ready? Let's jump right in.
So the main idea we're working with here is that the universe is just full of signs. You can almost think of them as test questions. And our lives, well, our lives are the exam. So as the slide asks, are you ready? Have you been paying attention to the answers that are literally all around us? First up, we've got what I like to call the open book part of the test. These are the signs of God's power that are just out there for everyone to see, from the ground we walk on to the stars way up above. I mean, just look at the precision here. The verse tells us light isn't the default state. No, it's a thin layer that's been stripped away from a primordial darkness. And the sun isn't just sitting there. It's hurtling towards a fixed point. The moon, it cycles through its phases without ever missing a beat. This is divine traffic control on a truly cosmic scale. Now, what's so incredible here is the specific Arabic word used, yasbahun. It translates to swimming. Just think about that. It suggests this beautiful, fluid, almost frictionless motion for these gigantic celestial bodies. There are no collisions, no chaos, just a perfect, silent, cosmic ballet. Okay, the next big sign you have to know is the concept of pairs. The verse says that God created everything in dualities. And this goes way beyond just male and female. It points to this fundamental principle of balance that's hardwired into the fabric of creation itself. And check this out. This slide shows just how brilliantly this one concept of pairs has grown with our own understanding. What people back then understood as male and female animals, we now see echoed everywhere. In botany, in physics with matter and antimatter, and even in the positive and negative charges of electricity. It's a sign that keeps revealing more of itself across the centuries. And finally, for this section, we have the arc. The lesson here isn't just a history story, it's a timeless reminder. You know, the very same laws of physics that floated that wooden boat are what keep our huge modern ships afloat and our jumbo jets in the air. At the end of the day, it's not our technology that saves us, it's the divine mercy that upholds the laws our technology relies on. All right, so we reviewed all the external signs. Now we're moving on to section 2, the heart. This is the closed book part of your exam. The evidence has all been presented. The test now becomes about the human heart and how it chooses or doesn't choose to respond. A crucial point here is a warning. Be mindful of this life and the next. God's mercy is described as a shield, which is an amazing image. But it's not a passive thing. It's a shield that we have to actively choose to get behind. We have to run towards it. And here we have the classic argument of the arrogant. This is a major test failure. Those with wealth, they question God's wisdom instead of seeing the truth. They don't realize that their money isn't a sign of their own greatness. It's a test of their generosity, a test to see if they'll share what was entrusted to them. So when the disbelievers mockingly ask, "So, when is this day of judgment, huh?" The answer they get isn't a date on a calendar. It's a number. 1. Just one, a single blast. And it'll be so sudden, so final, that people won't have time to write a will or finish a deal or even say a proper goodbye. It's a really chilling reminder of just how fragile our sense of control really is. And then a second blast sounds, and all of humanity is brought back. In that moment of complete and utter shock, they're all going to ask the same profound question. So let's just take a moment here and really think about what that question is. Woe to us! Who has raised us up from our sleeping place? And the answer comes right away. This is what the Most Merciful had promised, and the messengers told the truth. Okay, class, let's bring it all together. Here is your official summary. These are the absolute key points you need to have down for your exam, so pay close attention. So first, this table breaks down that whole open book section of our test. You can see a clear pattern, right? It goes from the dead earth being brought to life, to the perfect balance of the cosmos, to the ships on the sea, and it all leads to the ultimate sign, divine mercy itself. And second, here's how you pass the closed book part. It boils down to these 4 actionable steps to earn that divine mercy we've been talking about. Be mindful, be generous, accept the truth when you see it, and live with the understanding that you need to be prepared. You know, an exam review is pretty useless if you just memorize the facts and don't apply the knowledge. So how do we turn this study guide into something that's part of our daily lives?
Here are 4 simple habits. Seriously, tonight, when you see the moon, remember its perfect swimming orbit. The next time you gift a charity, remember it's a test. When you're driving or flying, remember the mercy that's literally holding you up. And every single day, just for a moment, remember that single blast. Remind yourself that this life is short and our purpose is huge.
And that brings our review to a close. The final takeaway is this. The test isn't about memorizing verses. It's about fundamentally changing the way you see the world. The world is an exam. The only question left is, which sign are you going to read today? Class dismissed.